Hi everyone, I want to teach you a very quick way to make a collage from PowerPoint, which is the universal software we're using in this class. But there are many other ways to make collages with Canva or other software like Photoshop. But for those of you who aren't tech savvy, I'm just using PowerPoint. And I have a PowerPoint slide here, and I chose like a slide design, which is, just a color in the background. And I have a huge, giant repository of a whole bunch of pictures that I saved from the internet or from my class. And I'm now copying them by inserting the picture from my folder. It makes it a lot easier when you have it all already done, like all the pictures are already created in a folder, and then you can just select each picture that you want to add to your collage. So maybe I want to add Sunrail because I learned a lot about what our city is doing at Sunrail so early in our semester. And, I put a picture of Paul Gelding here. And what you're doing is you're layering the pictures in this interesting sort of way that kind of tells a story. You can even have words, but notice that this one's kind of getting uh, covered up by the alligator. So I'm going to right click the mouse and I'm going to bring this image to the front. But there's a lot of black on this side. So I'm going to right click the mouse and send this photo to the back. And so you kind of get a sense of what's going to pop out to the front or what's going to, pop out from behind it. So you want to figure out how you want to layer your pictures that kind of tell a story about what you learned. Maybe you remember this painting from the Highwaymen, um, who were African American painters who were inspired by Florida's landscapes, right? Or a certain animal that you learned, or an issue that's being resolved, or the problem of how much water we use. And these don't have to be from the class. These are just from my class, but certainly from the internet, things that represent what you learned in the course and concepts, words, things like that. And you're going to layer these pictures onto the slide, and that will help you answer some of the questions as to what you learned in the course when you express yourself with that. And you're doing it visually as well as written. So I hope that kind of helped you figure out how to make a collage, layered look of different pictures using PowerPoint. And the best way to start is to gather all those photos in one place, and then it will be really easy to insert a picture from this device and then find the picture that you really like and want to share, and then you can insert it. And when you make it smaller or bigger, never pull from the sides, okay? You want to pull from the corner so that it stays exactly in the same proportion. Ooh, maybe I'll put that one here and maybe a little smaller. All right, so that's how you do it, and I hope that helps you learn how to make a collage, an artistic expression of what you learned in this class. Thanks so much for watching.